Hey there, internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of That Nerdy Site Plays. Sitting down today with Eiyuden Chronicle Rising. For those that don't know, Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes was a game that was kickstarted a few years back, and as I think maybe a stretch goal or maybe just kind of a, hey, here's a spin-off thing to tide you over until we can actually do that game, Eiyuden Chronicle Rising is out now. I'm playing it here on Xbox Game Pass. This gives me kind of the same vibes that we got a couple years back with Bloodstained, when Bloodstained had been kickstarted, and then it was Bloodstained Ritual of the Night was the game that was kickstarted, and then they also did like Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, that was like the spin-off prequel or whatever that came out kind of to tide fans over until the actual game came out. Eiyuden Chronicle, by the team behind the Suikoden games, that was kind of its big selling point, which I've played a little bit of Suikoden 2, but didn't get too far into it. I think I was a little overwhelmed, and admittedly will probably be overwhelmed by Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes because of the vast cast of characters of the game. So, yeah, let's hop in and check out. I'm checking this out in part because Cameron has been playing it and seemed to really enjoy it. I'm probably going to talk to him, I imagine, later on one of our podcasts about it, which theoretically will already be out by the time you're watching this, but yeah. Been walking for a while now. CJ, a young girl descended from generations of scavengers. She has come to New Nevea to complete her family's rite of passage. Flyer, rune barrows discovered. Wealth beyond your wildest dreams awaits you in New Nevea. All adventurers welcome. Based on what I heard at the inn yesterday, it shouldn't be too far now. Unless I'm lost. Yeah, so stop. Hello, lizard man. Crocodile dude, dinosaur guy. I don't know. You help me out, will you? What we got here? Thieves? Bandits. They're all over the place lately. You look like you can handle yourself in a fight, though. What's that supposed to mean, huh? I'm a regular everyday trader. You often go judging folks on how they look? Wow, sorry. Going after helpless traders now, are we? Clear out, little girl. And you don't even have the decency to deny it. Can't just watch man's property get stolen, can I? Goes against my principles. She got, like, the ice climbing pics of a Lara Croft character. Well then, come on, cowards. I'll take you out for all you're worth. Defeat the bandits. Alright, X is attack, A is jump, R, trigger is unique spill. Quick step, okay. There we go. Take these dudes out. Retreat! Not bad at all. Better than I expected from a youngin'. Oh, now who's judging who? Hogan? Hogan's the name. You really saved my skin. I owe you one. I'm just gonna make him Australian. Cause yeah, that's what it strikes me as. Never one to miss a trend. Hogan was quick to notice the sudden influx of adventures into New Nevea, even quicker to set up shop at the town's authorized trading post. CJ, Honorable Scavenger, at your service. Honorable Scavenger, how's that work? Well, scavenging is just treasure hunting, isn't it? Ah, so she follows the lock coal mode of thievery. Only difference between that and thieving is whether your mark is living or dead. Thieves think too highly of themselves, though. That's what my client says. So anyway, so scavenger suits you better, huh? You're journeying to New Nevea for treasure, then, I take it? Sure am. What about you? Just left. Picked up some trinkets and came out here to sell them off. What about lenses? Do you have lenses? Yep, plenty of them. I even heard about some lucky souls finding rune lenses down in the barrows. Yes, Gotta get down there now. Humongous lenses, good as mine. Which way's the town? Now what kind of gentleman would I be if I didn't take you there myself? That's the least I can do, after all. Back again already, Hogan. Wait, where are your escorts? Bolted at the first sign of bandits. Paid good money for them, too. Bandits again? Tougher bunch than last time. Someone ought to do something. Look, we're just here to guard the checkpoint, alright? If you got a complaint, take it up with the acting mayor. Yeah. Who's this little lady? Her name's CJ. She's, what was it? Honorable scavenger? Here to accept the acting mayor's generous invitation. She's more reliable than you, Laybus, that's for sure. Another reckless adventurer willing to risk their lives, and a child at that. I'll take that as a compliment, thank you. There's not a single member of my clan who's got their heads screwed on. Reckless fools, every one of them. Fair enough. Acting mayor will certainly be glad to hear that. Proceed. Back so soon? I'm quite sure I watched you leave just a little while ago. You won't believe what happened, Squash. My word. Well, at least you are unscathed. Thanks to this young lady, no less. Madam CJ, was it? Squash, authorized appraiser. Pleasure to meet you. A connoisseur of all that shimmers, a promise of a glimmering future drew Squash to Nuvea to open his accessory shop. His discerning eye quickly earned him the role of the town's authorized appraiser. Authorized appraiser? Indeed, it is my duty to appraise the artifacts excavated from the barrows. What for? Why, to determine their value, of course. All artifacts found in the barrows are subject to an explorer tax of 30%. 30%? You haven't heard the worst of it yet. If you want into the rune barrows, you're going to need an explorer's license from the acting mayor. And that license don't come cheap, ain't that right, Squash? I'm afraid so. This mayor sounds proper rapacious, if you ask me. Yep, rapacious is the word. Quite. Well, what's to stop me sneaking out the other side of the ruin anyway? Oh, I wouldn't recommend that. You get caught trying to hightail it out of here with a bag full of loot, you won't get very far. Mayor's hired nothing savory from the East Reach to put a stop to any thieving that might occur, so I've heard at least. I've seen many a crook dealt with in my day, but that mercenary is unnerving. I'm quite sure his presence is the only thing keeping those bandits from darkening our door. How's about we go see the mayor ourselves, eh? Even a rapacious old soul can be reasoned with after all. Sounds like a plan. Lead the way. Right this way. Town is just ahead. Well then, perhaps the next time we meet you'll have a handful of treasures for me to appraise. Until then, farewell. I like the little art style, like 2.5D background with like 2D character art. Here it is, a flourishing new frontier in the grip of a gold rush. Welcome to New Nuvea. Not much to look at, is it? Well, I did say flourishing, didn't I? Work in progress, huh? Is this an earthquake? God, I can't stand earthquakes. You're fine, wasn't even that big. She says as it's still going on. Right. Anyway, earthquakes are pretty common here. Best be on your toes. Of course, it's thanks to that earthquake that we even found them barrows. Real big one about 3 months ago. So that's what happened. Well, I best be getting back. Got a store to run after all, or I will eventually. Figure I'd make a buck or two setting up a trading post for venturers to trade their wares. Mosey on by once I've opened up. Wait, where can I find the mayor you were talking about? Town office in the plaza, I suppose. Where else? Thanks, Hogan. Stay out of trouble now. Fingers crossed, Missy. Fingers crossed. Oh, boy. Now then, time to track down this money-grabbing mayor. In the main menu, you can check your current quest progress. A mini-map showing your current location is also displayed on this screen. It's bustling plaza is the beating heart of New Nevaeh, with townsfolk passing through it day and night. The town office sits at its center, where the bulletin board can also be found whenever CJ feels like helping the residents. Hey, there's a bulletin board. There's birds hanging out too. Hey, Blue here. Excuse me, any idea where a girl might find a rapacious acting mayor I've heard so much about? Rapacious? How rude. Lighten up, I was just... Oh, wait, it's not you, is it? I am Isha, the acting mayor of this town, yes. I should very much like to know who considers me rapacious, though. Having taken over as acting mayor after her father went missing, Isha is responsible for the decision to open the quarry to adventurers, and for taxing them for their privilege. Well, that's, Hogan and Squash. Oh, just snitching them out, eh? Them again. Perhaps their taxes are due for an increase. Sorry, guys. So, rapacious might have been a bit much, eh? From what I'd heard about the mayor, I was expecting some old fogey, not a, charming young woman such as yourself. How old are you, anyway? 16? What of it? Same as me. I'm CJ. Nice to meet you. An adventurer, I presume? Never judge a book by its boots, as they say. We welcome all sorts here. CJ, initials perhaps? Prefer you to keep your real name secret, is that it? Enough about me. License, that's right. I came here to get an explorer's license. Explorer's license costs 100,000 bakwa, not a penny less. 100,000 bakwa? You mad woman? Do I look like I got that on me? I'm 16. Give me the children's fee, like the horse carriages in the city. You think me as dull-witted as that? Even your horse carriages consider anyone older than 12 capable of paying full price. You know your horse carriages, I'll give you that. Fret not, we offer assistance to the financially enfeebled. Take this stamp card, collect enough stamps, and I'll issue you an explorer's license. A stamp card? Residents of New Nevaeh post odd jobs on this bulletin board frequently. Complete a task, and a resident will stamp your card for you. So I have to help out around town, is that it? In a nutshell, yes. Many were troubled considerably by the earthquake 3 months back. Help is in great demand and short supply. Piece of cake. Don't go anywhere, because I'll be back for my license before you know it. Stamp card. Collect stamps in this card by helping townsfolk with whatever they need. Essential for acquiring an explorer's license. No adventure in New Nevaeh can be without their stamp card. Main quest 1. First day on the job. Hello, little girl. Hello. Don't suppose you know of anyone who needs any help around here? I sure do. Really? Who? Me. Oh. Look, I'd love to help you, but if I'm gonna get my card stamped, I'll have to decline. Stamp? Like the ones Mary Isha gives out? I got one, look. Wow, even you kids have them. With this stamp, adventurers will perform any and all tasks you require. So use and abuse them. That's what Mayor Isha said. Rapacious might have been right on the money after all. Are you an adventurer too? Yep, call me CJ. What's your name? Priya. So, will you help me, CJ? I certainly will. What can I do for you today, Priya? Find Yum Yum. Yum Yum ran away from home and hasn't come back yet. Can't be having that now, can we? Is Yum Yum your little sister, brother? My cat. She's white and fluffy and cute and cuddly. And you want me to track down a cat? So much for treasure hunting, I suppose. She got startled by that quake earlier and jumped out the window. She's so little, so it's dangerous for her to go out by herself. If she wanders outside the hall, she could be eaten by a monster. Oh, please find her for me, CJ. Yum Yum is my most treasured friend. Treasured, you say? Well, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's finding treasure. I'll have Yum Yum back to you in no time. Oh, thank you. I'll be right here, okay? Nothing on the bulletin board, so helping find Yum Yum it is, but also there's no woman here. An outlander. Save your breath. It used to be a quiet little village till you showed up. Nothing but a nuisance, the lot of you. What is that Isha lass thinking, eh? No respect for tradition. No, see, you're not going to give me a stamp. Got it. Whoa, never seen a venture like you before. If you find anything good, don't keep it all for yourself, huh? Yeah, that old bag might not see the benefit letting you adventurers in, but I do. Mine's all we got after all, especially now they've sealed off the barrows. What would a mining town be without a mine, honestly? Isha might be a bit daft at times, but she's right about this. I mean, greedy, certainly, but daft? Oh, I didn't mean nothing by it. She's just different from the rest of us. Okay, so it looks like helping this kid's the only thing I got. Alright, boy, have you seen this cat? You haven't seen a fluffy white cat being cute and cuddly around here, have you? I have. Priya's cat, right? Yum yum. Really, where'd it go? I pulled his tail and ran off into the woods. Why would you pull a cat's tail? Why not? Nothing to do with an outlander like you, anyway. Charming. She's only small, so she'll be gobbled up by monsters for sure. There are monsters all over the place since the mining started. There'll be no cats getting gobbled on my watch. I promised Priya I'd return her treasure, and that's what I'm gonna do. I appreciate the info, kid. Could have done without the attitude, though. You can now go from the town outskirts to the Great Forest. There's a variety of dungeons from around each town, each blah 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 blah. Let's go find Yum Yum in the Great Forest. A large, lush forest located just outside the border of Eiyuden. The area is rich with food, wood, and stone. The monsters have gathered here since the earthquake have made a dangerous place to be. Vanish adventure. Cat, no idea, sorry. Yeah, go ahead and save. Got some glowing flowers, I guess. Hey, I leveled up. Now I can two-hit kill these guys. Hey, there's a little fluffy cat. A cat! Small, white, fluffy, cute. Yep, you must be Yum Yum. Yum Yum. Who's a good kitty, eh? Meow. Nothing to be afraid of. Please don't run away. Hey, you run away. Gotcha. Meow. What's a little angel like you doing in a place like this, huh? Let's get you back to your family, shall we? Meow. I'm back, and look who I found. Meow. Yum yum. I was so worried about you, dummy. Cut her some slack. Yeah, she had a bit of a scare and ran off into the woods, that's all. A scare? Oh no, I'm sorry, Yum Yum. At least you're not hurt. Don't go wandering off no more, okay? Meow. Thank you so much, CJ. As promised, here's my stamp. Why, thank you. And done. One stamp down. Plenty more to go. Say, Priya, you don't happen to know anyone else who might need some help, do you? Sure do. Really? Who's next then? My dad. Our house got all messed up in that big quake 3 months ago. Dad's been trying to fix it, but he's never has enough wood. Think you could help him out, CJ? Of course, leave it to me. Gotta fill this stamp card so I can get my explorer's license, you see? Can't expect it to stamp itself, can I? You're that bad, CJ. So where's your dad, anyway? We live just over there in the residential district. Got it. Bye for now, Priya. Bye-bye. There's one stamp down. And 50 experience. As your party accumulates experience, their levels and stats will increase. Experience is gained by completing quests and defeating enemies inside dungeons. Achievement unlocked. Plenty more to go. Repair my broken house. I go to the plaza, from the plaza to the residential district. Look at the stats. I get to to choose anything that I boost in the level? No, it looks like it just stats go up. Lifelong residents of New Nevea have their homes in this part of town. Acting Mayor Ishik also calls this place home. You Priya's dad? Excuse me, don't suppose you're Priya's dad, are you? I am, and who might you be? Another adventurer looking for treasure? Yep, I'm CJ. Nice to meet you. I'm Ganesh. How exactly do you know my Priya, then? We just met in the plaza. I helped her track down Yum Yum. Is that so? Very kind of you. So what brings you here to me? Priya said you'd been having some trouble rebuilding your home after that big quake. Thought I'd come by and lend a hand. I see. And I suppose you're collecting stamps then? Yep. Only got one for now, so if there's anything you need help with, I'm your girl. I suppose I do have a small job you could take care of. You do? Why not? Acting Mayor's got the right idea as far as you adventures go. If you're willing to work, who am I to turn you away? Right. So what's the job? I need to gather some wood for repairs on my house. You'll have to venture out in the great forest outside of town. That's all, no problem. I'd go myself, but since the excavation, I've heard all sorts of creatures have been seen in the woods. Everyone here is far too scared to venture down and see for themselves. I had no idea the ruberos would cause so much trouble. Oh, you'll be needing an axe. Then, unless you plan on talking the trees into coming down. Here, take this old one. Thanks. I'll be back in a bit. Take care. Axe level 1 received. With this item, you can cut down trees in the forest and elsewhere to obtain wood. As you level up, your axe will increase the variations of wood you can acquire. And a healing potion. Consumables like potions and balms are kept in a stow-pack. If your stow-pack is full, items will be held in your storehouse until you need them. Be sure to check your stow-pack before venturing out. CJ has some hops. I forgot to put potions in my stow pack. Learn from my mistakes, kid. Stock up before you head out. Oops. This one. Right, got a potion. Yep. Enemies and resources. Once enemies have been slain and resources gathered, they will not be available again until you leave the dungeon. If you can't find the resources you need, head back to your base and try again after a good rest. Resource bag. A bag designed to store resources gathered in the dungeons. Once you return to the city, its contents will be transferred to your storehouse. Once the resource bag is full, you will be unable to gather any more. Remember though, you can always throw away resources you don't need. Flying enemies will be found inside dungeons. Jumping attacks are the best way to handle airborne enemies. Yeah, there you go. Outside, yeah, may I take a bit? Tree. Yep, getting lumber off those little tree bits here. I should really just get what I need and head back. Alright. Oh, so I only needed 3 lumber and I got 4. Well, yeah, helps to be an cheaper. fetch quests. Lumber. 4 lumbers. Couldn't help but realize Ash never really told me Isha never told me just how many stamps I need for the adventure lessons. Can't be that I got filled the whole book up, right? I'm back. Got what you need, I reckon. Wonderful. Finally, I can finish fixing my house. You have my thanks. This house has been in my family for generations. It's my most treasured possession. Don't know what I'd do if I were to lose it. My ancestors are probably rolling in their graves. It really helped me out, you know? Here, let me stamp that card for you. Thanks, CJ. You're very welcome, Priya. Yum Yum is behaving herself, I trust? Meow. You're a good one, you are. You know, if all adventurers were like you, even an old man might come around. Even my old man might come around. You got anywhere to stay while you're here? Nah, not yet. Guess I should go look for the inn. You won't find anything like an inn around here, I'm afraid. What? But then where'd all of the adventurers stay? Yeah, they pitched tents down by Outlander Lane. Tents? Of course, I doubt there'd be any space for another one down there now. Adventurers have been pouring in for the last few months, all looking to strike it rich. Sleeping on the streets. Didn't expect that. If it's all the same to you, we have a little house you could borrow. You're just gonna let me borrow a house? Last tenant just left. Nothing fancy, but we'd sleep in rough, I'd wager. Oh, I don't really have money. You saw to it Priya and me have a roof over our heads. Least I can do is offer the same in kind. No need for money. Really? Here, take the key. It's just down that hill. Have a look at when you have the time. Well, thank you. Thank you, Ganesh. Stamp received. 50 experience obtained. Head down the hill to your lodgings. Seems like you didn't really need to do that little bit of a move between the cutscenes, but whatever. How are the lodgings? Think they'll do? Of course, but is it really okay for me to stay here for free? I said as much, didn't I? Man's only as good as his word. If you don't mind, though, I'd appreciate if you could help my father like you helped us. Your father? So Priya's grandfather. I'm happy to help, but what with? Repairing the clock tower. Clock tower? Yeah, you might have noticed a fallen pillar of rubble in the plaza. That used to be our town's symbolic clock tower. Tried telling my father that we just don't have the materials to fix it, but do you think he'd listen? Say no more. You need help, I need stamps, that's all there is to it. Thanks. Also, word to the wise, my father can be blunt, to put it lightly. I don't doubt he'll put his foot in his mouth at some stage, but I'd appreciate if you just ignore him. No worries, I'm well used to dealing with old folks. Thank you. His name is Shiva. If you head to the plaza now, you'll be able to find him. You'll probably find him. CJ's home away from home and base for her adventuring. Rest here for the night to recover all your strength. Save your progress at CJ's base or at any signpost. If you are defeated in battle, you will resume the game from your last save. Auto-save data will be updated automatically. Quest cleared. Old Shiva's clock tower. Yes. That's not gonna let me check out the base. As if we haven't had it bad enough already. Excuse me, are you Priya's grandpa by any chance? Hmm? And if I am, what is it to a money-hungry outlander, I heard you could use a hand restoring this clock tower to its former glory. Me? A hand? Oh, I see. You think you can line your pockets by taking advantage of an elderly gentleman, is that it? Well, you won't pull the wool over my eyes. Away with you. Whoa, that's not it at all. Priya's dad asked me to help you out. That useless old sod. Been flapping his gums to outlanders now, has he? Stay out of this, outlander. No one needs help from the likes of you. But this is important, isn't it? Of course it is. My ancestors built this when they first arrived in Old Nevaeh 150 years ago. Most precious treasure this town has ever known. Of course it's bloody important. Old Nevaeh? I thought this place was called New Nevaeh. Old Nevaeh is the town our ancestors came upon. Abandoned it was. Barely worth being called a town, so the story goes. So they built it up anew and called it New Nevaeh. This clock tower is a treasured testament to their vision for New Nevaeh. Pains me to see it in this state. Can't have that then, can we? Lucky for you, I knew a thing or two about taking care of treasures. You can keep your coin, good sir. A stamp will do just fine. A stamp? Those things Daska's girl sent around? It's risky work. Better a no-good adventure. Take it on for any of us? Fine. Get to it. You need to go to the Great Tree Bow from the biggest tree in the Great Forest. Off you go. How am I supposed to know which was the biggest one? Give me a hint or something? Well, it'll be the one furthest in, won't it? It's huge. Even you couldn't miss it. Furthest in, okay? Alright, I'll be back. Alright, back into the Great Forest we go. Okay, just talk to us about your potions. I'll go ahead and throw another save on the Barbie. And another level up. I got some slime jelly. Lots of slime jelly for these guys. And sugar. Dandelion enemies. Boss encounter. Signposts can be found at key points in the dungeon to give you information about where you currently are. Signposts you can fast travel at any previously distant scene. I was gonna say we got a path where I can go down, but nope, I can't go down there. So. guy? Looking at something? You an adventurer too? Here for the treasure? Sure, why not? What's that then? Looks important. It's just a rock. Doesn't look like an ordinary rock. Wait, you haven't seen a huge tree in your travels, have you? Nah. Guess it's further in. Thanks. Hold it, princess. Huh? What? Forest is crawling with monsters today. You go any deeper in, you might not come back out. Monsters? Gulp. What kind of scavenger would I be if I let that put me off? Got nuts on the ground. And herbs. More treatments. Taking out a whole bunch of gas points. Healing potion level 1 received. Save here. Yep, this must be the one, alright. Oh, it looks spooky. Which branch looks the best, huh? What the? Boss battles. Menacing boss lies in wait deep inside each dungeon. As they've been discovered, defeating them is your only means of escape. Watch closely and attack when the enemies reveal their weak point to deal major damage. Some stronger enemies, such as bosses, are protected by a shield. Until you've broken through the shield, the enemy will take no damage. Pay attention to the enemy's shield gauge as well as their health. Your stow pack is used to carry items such as healing potions and herbs, which you'll need as you venture through the dungeons. Find yourself in trouble against a strong enemy, check your stow pack. So that's the real enemy, is the worm inside the tree. Great tree bough received. Rune fragments, a valuable material necessary for the development of rune lenses. Some resources can serve as catalysts to create a variety of runes when combined with this material. Some items are more valuable than others. When you find valuable on your travels, you won't be able to throw it away, but it won't take up space in the resource. Well, that's good. Big old hammer to bust through those rocks, I'm guessing. I'll put my great tree back. Go ahead and fast travel back to the forest's approach. There we go, we got Titan Nectar, Gargoyle Ring. There's our rune fragment, 4-star item. Save while I'm here too. Let's go help restore that clock tower, I guess. back. Let me see. Yes, this'll do. No doubt about it. Great tree bough. You could have warned me, about the big scary monster tree that attacked me as soon as it saw me. Excuse me? A tree fiend. It would have been nice to know in advance, that's all. I'm lucky it didn't pick branches off me. Tree fiend? Impossible. The sorcerer, I warned them. I warned all of them. You alright, old man? Got a moment? Not interrupting something, are we? Shiva, can you spare a few minutes? The rapacious, the rather brilliant acting mayor. What was that? Nothing at all. Excuse me? Shiva, this is Gokto of Outlander Lane. I believe you've already met, but allow me to formally introduce you all the same. The smell of gold and promise of fortune drew the sagacious Gokto to New Nevaeh, where he quickly became the representative for the merchants and adventurers of Outlander Lane. I see, and what brings you both here? I've got nothing to say to either of you. Shiva, I know you and I don't see eye to eye on the Barrows. Still, I expect you to abide by my decisions. Such, I must ask that you and the other objectors stop causing trouble in Outlander Lane. Stamp card system is going a long way toward building trust between us and the Outlanders. Trust? You don't even know the meaning of the word. If you had an ounce of sense in your head, you'd chase every last venturer out of here before it's too late. Let's all try to stay calm, shall we? What exactly are you talking about? Too late for what? The evil sorcerer's curse. He's in the Barrows, I tell you. He who suffered the wrath of the gods themselves. He was sealed for a reason. Mark my words, break that seal, and it won't just be fiends you'll be up against. It'll be much, much worse than that. This sounds like an adventure. You can't put so much stock in those old fables, Shiva. Fables, eh? So I suppose that expedition that went in and were fabled to death, were they? You want our children to go through that too? This town is on the verge of collapse. Mining is beneficial for our people and essential to New Nevaeh's continued existence. Exactly. And what of your precious clock tower? Surely you could use some strapping young adventurers to help rebuild it. Isn't that right, young lady? Huh? Me? Oh, yeah, that was the plan, sure. See, honestly, Shiva, you embarrass yourself. I've got countless young folk who tell me every day just how hard they slave away for the good of this town and its residents. How long do you intend to hold out? Think of the effect it will have on your family's reputation. Fine, please yourselves. Pay no mind to stubborn old men like me. Wait, my stamp. Oh, give me the card. Quest clear. I thought we were gonna rebuild the clock tower, but okay. I think I'll probably call this Let's Play there. Seems like fitting, first boss fight, and the quest surrounding it. Thank you for joining me for Eiyuden Chronicles Rising, presumably prequel to the 100 Heroes game that is scheduled to come out next year, I think, 2023. Yeah, it's a fun little, action platformer kind of RPG. So I'll be curious to continue checking it out. Haven't really found a game that's grabbed me recently, and this one seems like it might do the trick for the time being. But thank you for joining me. You can find new Let's Plays from us every Tuesday and Thursday right here on youtube.com/thatnerdysite, or go to thatnerdysite.com for all the latest from us. As always, thank you for joining me. Stay nerdy and be good to each other.